attempted to do 50,000 sit-ups. I've been growing on TikTok for a while, and recently I just hit 50,000 followers. So in order to celebrate, I decided to do 50,000 sit-ups. Now, this isn't an easy thing to do and will take several days, but I decided that today I was gonna challenge myself to see exactly how many I could do in just one go. The world record for the most amount of sit-ups done in 24 hours is 111,000, which is pretty crazy because that's 70 a minute for 24 hours straight. Now I've been doing this for just about a week and I've managed to do so far just over 12,000, which may sound like a lot, but there's a lot more to go. Throughout this process, I also decided to do another challenge called 75 Hard. This one follows 5 rules and 5 rules only. Rule number 1, you must follow a diet of your choice, but you can't consume alcohol. Rule number 2, you must drink a gallon of water every single day. Rule number 3, you must do 2 45-minute workouts, one of them outside. Rule number 4, you must read 10 pages of a non-fiction book every single day. And rule number 5, you gotta take a progress photo so you can track your results. Now this became increasingly difficult because I've only been living on 1,200 calories a day, which is very, very little. So for me to take on a challenge like doing 50,000 sit-ups will take a lot. This is my 9th day of doing this. And on day 2, my tailbone started bleeding so badly because of this that I had to start using special pillows to prevent my tailbone from touching the ground at all. The friction caused it to bleed quite a bit, which then created scabbing, making it even harder. Most people probably would have given up at that point, but I decided not to. I was gonna keep on going. Up until this point, I've only done 12,000 sit-ups. My goal was to more than double that today. I ended up going straight through the night without any sort of sleep, just to keep going, to see exactly how far I can push myself. This was by far the hardest thing I've ever done. Meanwhile, my friend Jones was helping me throughout the whole thing, bringing me things such as water and food, keeping up my energy and making it possible for me to finish this challenge. So at one point, I was reading my book while doing sit-ups. While this proved to be difficult, this was doable and took my mind away from sit-ups temporarily. A few hours in, surprisingly, I fell into a kind of meditative state. It was almost as though my mind had given up. By this point, my body understood I wasn't gonna stop. I wasn't gonna let it. And so the pain began to fall. Everything began to go numb. Things began to get more calm. I kept going at an even, steady pace. However, it wasn't hurting as much anymore. I'd become so used to the repetitive action of the pain from the sit-ups that at this point it seemed about as comfortable as lying down. This held on for a while, but it didn't last forever. Eventually things started to get really tough. I really wanted to give up, but I knew I had so much more in front of me. I knew I had so much more to go. I managed to hold on until morning, and by that time I was exhausted. My mind knew that I should be in bed, but I wasn't in bed. I was doing sit-ups.